Hello everyone. Welcome. My name is Simone Jackson, creator of the Fab Grad, and today I'm really excited because we're talking about influencer ambassador programs one-on-one. Is it one-on-one or 101? I watch too much TV. One-on-one. I think it's 101. 101. Okay, anyway. Okay, hey y'all. So we are talking about influencer ambassador programs, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic because one of you all actually requested that I talk about my partnership with Tula as a Tula ambassador. And so I decided that I wanted to talk about in general, shout out to Nicole. So I decided that I wanted to talk in general about influencer ambassador programs, especially because this is what nano influencers are oftentimes pitched for so often. So I want to teach you a couple of things. One, the pros and cons of these programs, how to join and choose which program is right for you, what to look out for in terms of which programs are actually legit and which ones are spam, and how to turn these opportunities into paid partnerships. So if this is something you're excited about, then definitely keep on watching and let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about the overall, what is a influencer ambassador program. Influence ambassador programs, and I'll look online and see if there's like an actual definition. I'm giving you the Simone Jackson definition, but basically these are programs where companies will get like a mass amount of influencers with all different types of followings and niches to basically sell their products and get a commission off of the sales that they make. The products are usually sent to the influencer for free, and there is like a kind of a benefits package that you get for being a part of the program. You are contracted with a particular company, but there's a lot of perks that come with being an ambassador for a particular company, as well as it helps you learn how to basically be a salesman for that particular product or company. So that's what an influencer ambassador program is in my own like off the cuffs way. If there's a special definition for it, I will put it to the side or put a link that has like an article attached to it. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about are the pros and cons of influencer ambassador programs. Let's start with the pros. I'm a positive type of person, right? So the pros are, they are really helpful when you are just getting started. I suggest that every nano influencer, which again is someone with less than 10,000 followers, try to join an ambassador program at least once. Joining an ambassador program really helps you learn how to create content for a brand. You get the excitement of receiving content and sharing with your audience. You get to figure out what it means to send deliverables to a particular brand, and it will teach you if you can actually sell some things, y'all, online through your influence, especially if you're a nano influencer and you don't have the swipe up feature. So that's the first pro. The second pro is that you can be attached to some really great brands. I am currently an ambassador for two programs. I'm currently in two ambassador programs. One is for Minted, which I love Minted. I'm a Mintfluencer. And the second is Tula, which I love Tula skincare. So those are the two programs that I have accepted and is still a part of, which is really great. And so the pro is that you, again, get to work with really awesome companies. And then I would say the last pro is that you get to show other brands kind of how you can provide really quality content as an influencer. They usually go for our nano influencers, but other top, micro influencers as well are usually a part of these programs too. And so towards the end of the video, I'm going to teach you how to switch them over to paid partnerships as well. All right. So some of the cons of these ambassador programs are that sometimes if you don't read the fine print, you could be locked into a particular contract that you did not know that you were in. And so that happens sometimes as a nano influencer. We get really excited. We see contracts, we sign them, and we don't realize what you're signing up for and what you're signing up for that you should actually be getting paid for. So that's a con that I would say. I would say the other con is that there are oftentimes some really spammy accounts out there that will try try and share that they're an ambassador program, but have a lot of things that are not cool and that don't really make sense for when you are getting started and you don't know any better. And so I'm going to teach you some of the warning signs that I saw when I've been pitched for ambassador programs. And then lastly, they can be hard to thrive in as a new nano influencer. Why? Because you got to learn how to sell, girl. You are learning how to sell. You are learning how to pitch a product to your audience often, and making the sale is important in ambassador program. It's not the only thing, right? Brand awareness is a thing, but if you want to, kind of prove in the data that you did well, making the sales are important. And I'm a nano influencer too, y'all. It's hard when you don't have the swipe up and you're trying to send them over to like to know it, or send them over to a link on your bio, which we know it can be hard to move people from story to feed. So those are some of the cons that I have found. If you have any pros or cons about brand ambassador programs, please drop them in the comments. This is a community video, okay? I want to talk about ambassador programs and how you're dealing with them and how you enjoy or do not enjoy them as well. So the first part of this video, the second part of this video, I want to talk about how to join and how to figure out which programs to join. So the way that I found or got in touch with Tula and Minted was really by being in the influencer community, okay? I was watching a live, I think on Black Girls and Media. I'll link them down below. They're really good. They had a couple of live series of folks that were in the influencer space and just kind of sharing a little bit more about what they do and how they work in media. The main tip is that I was in the community. I was learning about influencer tips. I was learning from somebody who is on the influencer marketing side from the company side, and I was able to then connect to them over DM and say, hey, I really enjoyed your live on Black Girls in Media. And so I was wondering if you were interested, if you had any partnerships available. This is my brand and this is who I serve. They were really awesome, and they sent me their email over DM, which I think was very helpful because I shared that I watched the live from Black Girls in Media, and they had shared, if you have any questions, reach out to me. So I did. And so then we were able to create that partnership, and I was offered the ambassador program. Now, with other things, I've also just reached out in general. So just straight out DMing these companies and saying, hey, my name is Simone. I have an audience of young Black professionals, and I would really love to partner with you. Do you have an email that I can, pitch my collaboration to? And so they will sometimes ghost you, and sometimes they'll send something back. And so when they send something back and you email them, they may offer you an ambassador program in order to, kind of learn a little bit more about the company and the products and all of that. So the best way, as you can tell, the common denominator in both of those stories is that you want to go through the DMs. The DMs are open and available, and there are collaborations to be made there. And you also want to be in the community, y'all. You can't hope that these companies will reach out to you for ambassador programs, which they do. But you want to make sure that you're also actively seeking the programs that you want to be a part of. So that's really important, because in my next one, I'm going to talk about kind of what to look out for if you're pitched for an ambassador program or you see one. You're not quite sure what you like. You're not quite sure what is in the contract and if you think it's legit. So a couple of final tips when it is coming to like how to join influencer ambassador programs is you want to make sure that you are also looking up their hashtags. So, Tula partner or Mintfluencer, or NYX cosmetic, like whatever, right? There's ambassador programs where I feel like for almost every company. But you look at their hashtags, click it, watch the girls who are, I oftentimes will look at the girls who are using those hashtags, and I see like, are they a nano influencer? I'm like, oh girl, she got less than 10,000 followers. Let me email this brand or DM this brand and see if I can hop in on this partnership, right? Make sure that you, of course, shoot your shot in the DMs, but then also tag your favorite brands. Now, I'm a nano influencer too. And one of the things that I used to cringe when I would listen to some really big macro, micro influencers would say like, oh, tag the brand, and then the brand will DM you, and then you'll have a partnership. And I'll be like, And whose DMs is this happening to? Like, that doesn't happen to me. I feel you, girl. But what I'm saying is to just tag the brand, because you never know. The better you get and the more often you tag them, they will notice. If anything, when you do reach out for that pitch, you will have a list of receipts of the times that you have reached out to them or have tagged them in your everyday life. So while I know it can be hard to get that feedback of like, oh yeah, I just tagged the brand and then they reach out to me and then like, we go from there. As a nano influencer, that is difficult. So still tag them, but make sure that you're shooting your shot in their DMs as well and looking up their hashtags. All right. So I think I got you covered on how to join and how to find these ambassador programs. If I don't have you covered, ask me in the comments. It's a community video. We can talk about it together. All right, the second part of the video, I want you to start thinking about what to look out for in these contracts, or like when you're actually in the email section of the ambassador program and they're pitching to you what they offer or what the program is. So the first thing that I want you to do is to read the contract very thoroughly and make sure specifically that you look at exclusivity rights, okay? This part of the contract, I feel, is one of the most important, because you can oftentimes sign a contract where, let's say you're talking about hair and you say that the contract says that you're not going to talk about another hair company for another month after every single post, but they want you to post every month. Like, you want to make sure that you are not shooting yourself in the foot, for lack of better words, where you can't take on other partnerships because you're in this ambassador program that's got you all tied up, especially if you're not getting paid for it, okay? So make sure you're looking at contracts. How long are the contracts? I would suggest, if doing something that's kind of a shorter amount of time to see if you like the products, if you're interested in the brand, if your audience responds well, before you sign like a really long contract. So that would be my advice there. Also, in figuring out, is this a scam? So I receive, emails often around ambassador programs. Oftentimes they can be scams, but they're not. How do I describe this? Here's how I determine that it's a scam for me, okay? If they have their email if they send me an email and then it's just their name at the bottom, there is no like business, what do they call it? There's no signature at the bottom of the email. It doesn't say like, company name, company website, company, what their role is at the company. I don't respond, because to me, I'm like, if you work at a 9-to-5, you have a signature, period. And if this is legit and you don't have a signature, I'm not working with you. Now, you as a nano influencer, I know that sometimes we got to get that part together, but I suggest we have signatures as well that keep us professional looking together. But if they don't have one, I don't even look at them. So that's the first thing that I look at. The second one that I look at is, what are the parts of the program that they're asking me to do? Are they saying, well, you buy the product and then we'll, pay for the shipping or something like that, and then you post all these pictures and then you'll get 10% of the sales that you make? Good luck. If you have to buy anything, then I would not sign up for that ambassador program. And the other thing that I want to talk about that I'm seeing often is they want you to sign up for their app. I don't do that. I'm not putting my email nowhere. I'm not making a password on some app. I'm not doing that. So sometimes these companies will reach out and say, I have an ambassador program. If you're interested, head over to our app and log in and make an account and then blah, blah, blah. Not me, sis. Not me. I'm very weary about that. So these partnerships, oftentimes for me, they have to say, hi, Simone, we noticed you here. We have an ambassador program. We think you'd be interested. If you want to jump on a call, that's another thing. I'll tell brands, like, let's jump on a call if I'm really interested, because I want to hear your voice. I want to know who you are and I want to know what you do. It's really important that you really vet these programs and these emails. But for me, the red flags are there's no signature in their email. They're asking me to sign up for some type of app, or I feel like they're making me pay, or like asking me to do way too much for free. In terms of the program. So those are my things that I look out for. Lastly, the thing that you want to kind of look at when you're in the email deciding, should I join this program or should I not, are the perks of the program. Now, some of these ambassador programs are lit, okay? They are sending you a ton of skincare, all the skincare that you want. They're sending you a ton of makeup, all the makeup that you want, a ton of hair products, all the hair products that you want, as long as you are consistently talking about the brand for XYZ amount of times. I personally find that to be a great trade-off as a nano influencer. I've got my skincare done, I got my makeup done. I'm wearing minted lip gloss actually right now. And so it's nice to like have those things already kind of handled in your routine. So look at the perks, ask if there's opportunities to make this, into a paid collaboration. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in just a second, but see, are there opportunities to go to their events when events open back up into the world, or if there are some like exclusive, like ambassador program, where they have like classes or like meetups. Just see what the program offers, and if you like it, then go for it. You do, at the end of the day, when you're deciding if you should do the program or not, have to go with your gut. But go back into this video and look at the red flags that I shared, and also really take a look at the program and what it provides and see if this is a fit for you. All right, last part of the video, turning these partnerships into cash. So one of the easy ways to turn the partnership into money is to actually make the sales. If you are making the sales, it is very easy for you to make money, because it's like, affiliate links, right? You have a code, your audience gets percentages off, you get a commission. Not all ambassador programs require you to make sales. Sometimes it's strictly brand awareness, and they're just sending you products and they want you to talk about it often, and they'll use like your content that you post and repost it on their stories or feeds or anything like that. But if you're really interested in making these partnerships into something that will be paid in the future, you definitely want to make sure that you over deliver on the deliverables. So make sure that you are giving really high quality pictures, that you are really engaged in your stories, and you're sharing kind of how you use the product. With Tula, I have done a live on Skincare 101. I have gotten a photographer. I have, talked about them on my stories. I do a lot for Tula, one, because I love the product, but as well as I know that this is a company that I would love to work with in the future. And so I want to do a really good job. It's also really great practice for me as a nano influencer, because then I can practice what it means to be a great influencer in a partnership when you're working with a brand. The other thing that you want to do, like I just said, is promote often, right? So really showing up on their feed, tagging them often, using the hashtags that they say that you're supposed to use, so that you can show up in their metrics as someone that is constantly talking about their product. And then at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you just ask for the money. So if they offer you an ambassador program, there is nothing wrong with saying, is there an opportunity to make this a paid partnership? Or you could even say, if you're at a place, where you're not accepting free product anymore, you're saying, hey, I'm currently not accepting free product, but this sounds like a great opportunity. Could you consider doing an in-feed post? Or, could you consider sending me the product so I can try it out for a future paid collaboration? That is an okay thing to say. You can totally tell the brand, like, I'm not doing partnerships. I'm not doing programs anymore. I want to get paid. I want to do more than just affiliate links and discount codes for my audience. I'm looking for a partnership. But you want to share with them what that would look like for you. Hand them your media kit, tell them, how you would like to work with them in the future, and really let them know that you're interested, but you want this to be a paid collaboration. And then my last tip in terms of making this a paid collaboration is you want to be professional. So being professional throughout the entire program or your allotted contract is really important. Make sure you get those deliverables on time. Make sure that you are actually doing what the contract says. Make sure that you are creating good content. Just be a good influencer, y'all. Do the things that your 9-to-5 would ask you to do, right? It really goes a long way, because as I do my research and learn a lot about the different, listen to a lot of podcasts about influencing, oftentimes these influencer marketer coordinators and stuff like that, they're like, these girls ain't professional. They don't know how to respond to emails. They don't know how to turn stuff in on time. They don't do what the contract says. And so you will stand out, especially as a nano influencer, if you just do the work and do it really well. So I hope that this was helpful. This is my second video. I just did, what did I just do? I just did a video about like which platform you should choose, and I was a little more lax, less scripted, and I was the same in this video. So I hope you all enjoy this style. If not, I will pin it back up and have my pen and paper, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about brand ambassador programs, make sure that you drop it in the comments. If there are some brand ambassador programs that you're a part of that you really, really like, let us know in the comments so that people can send a DM, to that company, or just reach out to you and to learn a little bit more. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.